Hey YouTube, this is Gabriel from the Third Eyes here, and today I'm going to share with you some astrological predictions for the year 2019 for your astrological star sign, or what we astrologers call your sun sign, Libra. So let me start with the good stuff first. Jupiter is in the sign of Sagittarius at the moment. What's going to happen is that for a lot of you, it will be an opportunity to grow, to learn about yourself, to expand yourself, to take some classes for your sake. People with strong Libra, next year will be the good year to learn more about things that works for you in that Libra kind of sense. So it can mean learning more stuff about humans, about people relationship, taking a class on feng shui or interior designing, etc. Because it's really about this whole sense of beauty in space, etc. So that's the good thing for Libra. Now for the bad news. So a couple of you will have this sense of feeling like you're not good enough, because I think for Libra, generally there's an issue with this whole idea of like feeling needing to be very gam ting. You know, in Hokkien we call this gam ting, but what it really means is there's a sense of like, I want to be fair here. You know, I want to accommodate with people. I care about the other person, so I really want to work with you. You know, there's a sense of like compromise as well. Okay, so I think for a lot of Libras next year, for specifically for those born between the 6th of October to the 13th of October, okay, there will be this sense of like, you realize that you can't be too gam ting anymore. You know what I'm trying to say? Because there's a standard that you need to abide with. And there'll be this internal tension within yourself to look nice, to feel pleasant, to be pleasant, versus the standards that you need to uphold, versus what is the rule book, what is the obligation, what is the responsibility that you have. And it might forces you to be less, you know, of that gam ting, of that relationship orientedness, and you know, possibly say no to people. And I know that Libras in general, they have an issue with saying no because they don't want to be unpleasant. But this period is also a lot of that learning to be unpleasant, learning to say no to people. So that there will be that tension over there about having to look nice versus what is appropriate for the situation, what is the standard, what is the rule book that you have to abide with, and there will be that standard between the rule versus you. Okay, so this will be the problem for Libras. Now this is specifically for those who are born between the 13th of October to 18th of October, thereabouts. Next year will be a difficult year. Some of you would have felt it already. There will be this sense of like this internal drama and tension, in which you feel like you stand for this whole idea of fairness, that you are fair, you are balanced, you are accommodating and appropriate. But there will be a part of you that is trying to challenge that. There will be internal tension which forces you, which in a way forces your hand, and you really hate that about yourself. There will be this sense of drama, this sense of in fact, there's even this sense of annihilation, that you have to be the bad person, that you have to be the person taking charge and being in power, that you can no longer be this whole compromising person anymore, that you have to abide with the rule and standard, and it actually pains you, and it actually, in a way, actually forces your hand, I would say. The difficult issue here is that you may think that things are unfair, but you can't say no. And you have to actually, it's actually a lesson. It's actually a lesson for Libras to really get over, to walk over that path, that path of resistance, basically. I would say Those who are born between the 13th and 14th of October, you will have it worse because there will be two energies coming together. You have that sense of like not good enough, okay, that you don't have enough standard, and there will be the sense of having that feeling of you need to challenge, you need to start challenging what is the norm, what is your norm as a person. And that's why those who are 13 and 14 will have it worse. Those between the 17th to 18th of October, look out for the mid-June period, during between mid-June to early August period, when the Mercury retrograde will come in and it will trigger this tension, this internal drama even more. Now, the important thing to understand for Libras really is to let go. Okay, let go of this idea of your idea of beauty, your idea of what is pleasant and what is not pleasant. Because at the end of the day, what Libras are interested in is the whole idea of balance and compromise. The whole idea of fairness. You know, if you hold on to your idea of what is pleasant, what is nice, you know, ironically, you may not be fair, you know. And I think the most difficult things to grapple with for Libras is that sometimes you may not be fair to yourself, and you don't even know that, you know. So it's really about learning to be fair to yourself. How can I be fair to myself and still, you know, be pleasant and appropriate with respect to the standards that is needed for me and for other people. Now, there will be another group of you, those born between the 22nd of October thereabouts to about 24th of October thereabouts, or maybe slightly before, the last 2 days of Libra in general, okay? You're going to experience this feeling of upheaval. Actually, it has really been happening, this sense of upheaval, this sense of restlessness. You would have felt external circumstances, either in the form of a event or people or some kind of, I don't know, structure, okay, as challenging you, okay, as in a way taking advantage of you, in a way sort of like, you know, being aggressive towards you, and you being the Libra that you are, you're trying to make a compromise, you're trying to accommodate, you're trying to not say no to them, you know, but they're gonna keep coming at you, you know, in a very irresponsible, very unpredictable, chaotic, and a little bit aggressive kind of way. Okay, so the challenge for Libra really is, you know, how can you say no? Once again, Libra, you can't say no. Okay, so when that happens, it's about how can you say no to them. And I guess there will be a part of you that is very tired of, you know, being this whole nice and pleasant person. Okay, and those between the 22nd of October to the 24th of October, basically by end of March, you'd have said fuck you. Maybe not literally, but definitely in a very maybe not literally, but definitely in a metaphorical way. Okay, when you're actually going to say flip the table, you know, because you realize that you can't please everybody and you just have to do you. Here you have it. So these are the transits for Libra in 2019. So that's all, folks. Tune in to the next video in 2019. If you think this video works for you, please like the video, please subscribe to my channel, please share the video with all your friends. If your friends are of a different star sign, zodiac sign, sun sign, and you want them to look at this video, sharing the other videos to your friends as well, right? Do note that this is just about your sun sign, okay? So as an astrologer, we actually look at your entire chart, not just the sun sign, but also your rising sign, your midheaven, your moon sign, Mercury, etc, 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 etc. So it's actually a lot more comprehensive than what you saw today. So this is just really the tip of the iceberg. And if you really want to know more, you really want to have a in-depth consultation with me, do consider booking one. I have my website below, my Facebook link is below, and please follow me on my Instagram at gabriel.cs, okay, because I do like a regular carve the day every day. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to get a daily guidance of some sort to help you to conduct your day. Okay, so there you have it. Thank you and have a great day ahead.